Hey guys, Snake Doc here. Just going to show off my newest purchase. This is a Browning Hi Power MKIII with a forged frame. You can tell it's a forged frame because it is smooth on the bottom here. It's not serrated. The cast frames are serrated. And this has ambidextrous safety. And this is a factory target sight model. There we can see our sight picture. Adjustable sights. And the tall front sight blade. Drift adjustable. This is a high polished blue finish. Factory. There we can see we got Browning Arms Company, Montreal, Utah. And then this side we have made in Belgium, assembled in Portugal. This has the less protruding barrel bushing that we see here. This is much more flush. And there we see on the front of the slide, there is no hole or anything on the front where the guide rod recoil assembly sits. I just picked this up from a local gun store here in my home city, and they had it in a case for a really good price. So I had them hold it for me, and I thought about it, and I went and did some research at what these are selling for, and I picked it up for a smoking bargain. So I have the grips off because it came with these Pachmayr wraparounds. This goes on the back strap, and it fits over the grip screw area. Then this goes around the front, and it would give you finger grooves. So I had them take these off at the gun shop. I said, the only way I'm going to buy this is if we remove the grips, and I want to inspect the bluing on the frame, and we see it is in fantastic condition. I'm going to guess either super low round count, or I would think it's been fired. I did just field strip it and inspect it, and there we see it's empty. Let's field strip it right now, and I'll kind of show you what makes this an MKIII. So you're just going to take your safety and put it in the second notch. There's your first notch, which would be where your safety is. And then you're going to slightly push up on this so that it can come out of the hole, and then you're just going to push on the protrusion of the slide stop pin on the other side. And there you'll see it comes loose from the frame. Pull this pin out, hold onto the slide serrations, drop your safety lever down, and then it comes right off. And it feels fantastic. There you see we have steel frame with steel slide rails. This is a single action firearm, no double action capability on it. So this is an MKIII. It has a firing pin block. And this part right here is what is actuated. When you pull the trigger, you'll look right here, and this bar comes up. When this comes up, it tips on the other end of this bar, and then this bar tilts down, so it's like a seesaw. And then when it tilts down, it releases the sear, and then the hammer comes forward. So it's a little bit of an involved mechanism, and that's why sometimes high powers don't really have great triggers, because there is kind of a lot of moving parts to the trigger mechanism. But the other thing is that this has the magazine disconnect safety, and that is that protrusion right there sticking into the mag well, and that is spring loaded, and that affects your trigger pull weight. When you remove them, it does improve the trigger on it. However, I'm not going to remove it on this one because I don't know that I'm going to shoot this much, because for those of you that don't know, Browning stopped making high powers. And they're only going to go up in value. And if you look at some closed auctions recently on Gunbroker, you'll see that some of these are selling for well over the $1,000 mark. So they're a good investment piece if you can find them for a good price, especially in this kind of condition. And the high polished blue is much more desirable than the matte finish. What I have here is, this is an ancient t-shirt, so this is really thin cotton, and I've used this to clean tons of guns, so it's really broken down and soft and pliable. And I just have some good old Hoppies number 9 pretty much embedded into this cloth, but I do add a little bit to it, and then I just wipe this down, and you can see it just really brings out the deep black finish on this. So that's what I'm just doing right now, is I'm just kind of going over it. I ordered some G10 grips, some Pachmayr G10 grips. They look like they're black and gray, and they're kind of checkered like in a grenade finish. I had some of those before on a Beretta M9, and I really liked how they felt. And I think they're going to look awesome on here. So I ordered some from eBay, on eBay yesterday, right after I got the gun. I did it right in the parking lot, actually. So those should be here sometime middle of next week, and then I'll put the gun back together and I'll make another video on it. And this did not come with a case. So I emailed Browning to see if they had them still available. I did not hear back from Browning yet, but it is the weekend now, and I'm watching one on eBay, but it's just an empty plastic chintzy case. They look exactly like the Ruger P95 cases, and it's already bid over like $35 for this empty case. There's 2 days left on the auction. That's outrageous. So, I don't know. I'll keep my eyes peeled on it. This came with 2 13-round magazines. These are factory magazines. They're like a Parkerized finish. And if we can get it focused, we see Italy, caliber 9mm, NATO, Luger. There's sight holes there. It doesn't show that it's 13, but the factory magazines are 13. Metgar also does make 15-round flush fit. You can see these are very similar, reminiscent to Beretta M9 mags, and so on and so forth. Sig Sauer P226, CZ75, they all use this style of magazine. This was kind of the grandfather to all that. So I'm just gonna continue inspecting this and wiping it down and cleaning it up. And I appreciate you guys watching. Always shoot safe. And look for an update video on this one, because this will be around for a while. Thanks, guys.